Yesterday's video of these chairs was the first video I've ever done. And after my college-aged son watched the video, he quickly pointed out to me everything I've done wrong in doing a video and trying to post it to YouTube. So hopefully this one comes out a little better. I thought this morning, because the chairs had a little bit of a musty odor, I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, about a 2, if that. I thought I would gently wipe them down with a little bit of acetone. So I did do that, and I did not rub hard, just very gently, and I did get quite a lot of sort of grime off of them. But they definitely look better and they feel a little better, and I believe the odor has actually diminished a little bit. So now that that's done, I thought I'd flip the chairs up on the counter and take a look at the undersides to see exactly what might be going on with them. And the first thing I notice is that the glue blocks, these are definitely replacements, appear to be southern yellow pine. I'm going to shine a flashlight on it so you can get a little better idea. However, in this chair, as I pointed out before, it looks like there's 2 original ones in the back. But the other 2 chairs, there's another chair, has these replacement yellow pine glue blocks. Another thing I noticed is that on this back rail on the underside, there's 2 holes and a little round indentation there. On this chair, there's another one. And on the third chair, there's another one. So I thought sometime in the past, something must have been screwed underneath this back rail, and it left the screw hole and that round indentation. Now with the chairs up, you can get a pretty good idea of what's going on with these pegs. In the back rail, you'll see there's a peg there, or dowel, and they're pretty large ones too. And there's one there. In this chair, there's 2 that were put in, and 1 on that side. And then on this chair, there was none on that side, and 1 on that side. And interesting, I found, I don't know if you can see it, but on the front rail, there's a screw right there. So on all the front rails, it's just that one screw. There's no dowels or other screws. And on this chair, there looks like was a dowel put there. And if you look up, you can see there's a crack in the wood there. And there's another large crack, looks like right there on that side rail, which is why they probably put that dowel in right there to stabilize that rear leg. But I'm surprised that most of the legs, a couple of them are wobbly, but they're all pretty well tight. They're not dangerously wobbly. But that's something I will address in the future. And each chair did have pads on the feet, but they were those fuzzy stick-on pads that were full of dust and all kinds of hair. I noticed this leg has a little piece missing to it. Looks like it broke off at one time. And lastly, let me come around to the other side. Be a little easier to see. There it is. As I mentioned the other day, that's chair, I guess 10 with the X, but I noticed there's 6 little puncture marks in a row next to that Roman numeral. In this chair, there's the Roman numeral, and it's hard to tell, but there are 6 of those round puncture marks. And then in the third chair, there's again a Roman numeral 2 and 6 of those round puncture marks. So that must signify something. So I'll have my homework to try and figure out exactly what that means. And one more thing before I end this video. I noticed on all the ears, they appear to be different widths. For example, there's one. And there's another one. But they're all different shapes and sizes from the back end. Here's another one that looks kind of tilty, but it's not, it's flush. And then this one, you can see 2 in this picture. One is really wide, one's a little thinner. But they're all carved. I guess they just used what they had at the time. And I noticed also on these bottom of the rails, there's all these lines, which are some sort of saw or cut marks. I'm not sure if that's referring to a power saw or a hand type of saw. But that's just another little interesting tidbit that will help put this puzzle together as to maybe when were these chairs made. So stay tuned, more to come.